Hello again, everyone. It's March 27th, 2023. We just had a look at a long view of the train heading southbound in Utica Schuyler Street. I'm now about a mile and a half beyond the last segment on French Road in Utica. This is a former section of New York Central's West Shore, one of the very few remnants remaining. The train's going to come by here. The bulkhead flat is bound for a customer in New York Mills, and the boxcars are going to Oneida Warehouse in New Hartford. You can see right now they're just coming off the Utica Main onto the former West Shore track. And Witold is also very anxiously awaiting the arrival of this short freight. So here they come, and again they're exiting the Utica Main, which is former DL&W tracks. And they're making their way towards me here on French Road. At the West Shore mile marker 233, 233 miles to Weehawken, New Jersey, on the west side of the Hudson River. They've cut the boxcars off. They'll be taking the bulkhead flat to that customer in New York Mills first, I believe. The spur to New York Mills also is former West Shore, but it's not the West Shore Main, it was the spur off the main. They're going to reverse down that runaround. Probably to position the bulkhead flat in the front of the engine to make it easier to switch that car at the customer, which is at the end of the line of the New York Mills industrial track. Those boxcars are located at the other side of the siding, so the engine will be able to get between them and the bulkhead flat. So here they come with the bulkhead flat first. This crossing is activated by traffic signal. So they'll stop for a few moments, wait until the traffic light turns red before proceeding. So they've now cut the bulkhead flat off, left it at the West Shore Spur. They're backing up, and they'll be heading to New Hartford's Oneida Warehouse via former New York, Ontario, and Western Division tracks of the Utica Division. So they're on the O&W now, and they're heading to New Hartford, which is just a little more than a mile from here. After they finish the switching there, they'll come back and shove that bulkhead flat back to New York Mills. The gentleman driving that truck just stopped to say hello to me. He's watched my videos. He asked me if I am the Rambler, and yes, I am the Rambler. Anyhow, the West Shore main line followed those telephone poles. The line off to the right is the spur line into New York Mills, and I hope to catch them bringing that bulkhead flat to the customer at the end of the line of the spur. And I'm looking railroad south, compassed west, down the former main line of the O&W's Utica Division. The tracks end about a mile or so from here. A little bit before the end is the spur over to New Hartford's Oneida Warehouse. The O&W and West Shore crossed at grade up here. There was a diamond. It was stop and proceed. The bulkhead flat again is on the former main line of the West Shore. Tracks now don't have a diamond. The O&W tracks were simply moved over to the West Shore tracks in the early 1970s, and the O&W beyond the point where the diamond used to be, roughly right about up there, those tracks were removed in favor of the new alignment. And they've switched out a few empties from Oneida Warehouse and just about ready to cross Lamont Place in Utica. They'll be crossing by O&W milepost 272. You can see they're going to flag the crossing. They'll tie down that boxcar on the industrial just beyond the New York Mills Industrial Spur. Then they'll shove the bulkhead flat about 2 miles or so, maybe a little bit more, to the customer in New York Mills. This is the end of the line of the New York Mills Industrial Dye Highway Corporation, formerly O.W. Hubbell. It's a great blue heron. Sequoia Creek is nearby, so good fishing ground for the heron. Again, this is former West Shore track, and a YouTube friend of mine did an excellent video a few years back, a drone video tracing the route of the West Shore through Herkimer County and Utica. So I'm going to link that in the description. Be sure to take a look at it. It's very interesting. As mentioned earlier, this French Road crossing in Utica is protected by traffic signals. When this railroad signal goes from red to green, it indicates to the train crew that it's okay to proceed, as the traffic light on French Road has turned red. They've just returned from New York Mills. They've hooked up to that boxcar and they'll begin the shove move in just a minute. I'm at the northerly end of Schuyler Street, 6/10 of a mile street running, or 1 kilometer, in the shadow of the old Watchman's Tower, which was last used in the late 1980s. As you can see, it's in need of repair, and a group I belong to is going to be taking care of making some of the repairs to this tower. These tracks were once part of a spur off the DL&W main, known as the Blue Line, because they followed the old blue line of the Erie Canal, which is now Oriskany Boulevard, and went a few miles. They didn't quite reach the end of the line shown in the video where Die Highway is. That was a different railroad altogether. They never hooked up, but this went along present-day Oriskany Boulevard well into Yorkville. And these tracks have probably been gone at least since the late 80s or early 1990s. And the yard limits of the Susquehanna's Utica yard are reached just beyond the crossing of Oriskany Boulevard. Long ago, the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western actually had a little passenger station here in West Utica. And we're looking at the foundation of that long gone little station. So from Utica, New York, along the New York, Susquehanna, and Western, this is Railroading Rambler and Witold out.